We are joined now by Coach Bob Huggins. Questions for Coach Huggins. Our first one comes from Greg Hunter.
So Bob, you seemingly had to manage that game a lot different than you have most of any this year. Just talk about, Derek apparently being sick and everything you guys had to go through just to stay in that one.
Well, I think first and foremost, Derek showed a lot of courage. He was having a hard time walking, much less running up and down the floor. And then he had the one flurry that kind of got us back in the game. But Cindy's not ready. We knew he wasn't ready. I don't want into what could have been, but when you lose a 6'11" guy who's your most skilled big, it hurts your depth. We're playing JB at the 4, and JB's not a 4. He's a wing guy. So we got out rebounded again. We can hold our own if we play Gabe and Derek at the same time, but you play Gabe and Derek at the same time, and then you get in foul trouble, and then you don't have anybody to put in, which is pretty much what happened to us at the end of the game anyway.
Our next question is from Charles Montgomery.
Coach, you guys were up 8 early in the second half, and then the game flips and Oklahoma State turns around and leads by 10. Could you just talk about the response that your team had to that complete change of momentum from leading by 8 to then going down by 10 so quickly?
Well, we fooled with the ball too much. That started that whole thing, and then we ended up taking a bad shot kind of at the end of the clock. It wasn't at the end of the clock, but it was probably under 10. It was a bad shot for a lot of reasons. I think the biggest reason is where it rebounded out to, which led to transition for them. Then we make a lazy bounce pass, which they steal and go in for a layup. And we gave them too many easy chances, easy opportunities during that stretch. And then we had to fight like crazy to try to get back in the game.
Back to Greg Hunter.
Bob, go over the final sequence, what you wanted. You're down 3. Did you want a 3 right away initially? And then, Taz's gets blocked and Sean's is just a half a second late. So what happened in that final sequence?
Well, I thought that we ran the same set, I think 3 straight times, and we had their defense really shifting to Taz's side, and I was trying to get Deuce to hear me that to take it to Taz and then swing it back to Sean, and he thought Taz was open. Taz thought he was open. I think they got a piece of the ball, but we get it back and throw it out. Sean's wide open, you think, and then that guy comes flying from nowhere, and Sean had to pump fake him by him so he could get a shot off, and it's just ended up being a second or less too late. We got what we wanted. We weren't supposed to throw it to Taz, but it's easy to sit over there and look at it and see it, then have somebody grabbing a hold of your shorts, so.
Cody Nestor.
Coach, obviously the season's not over, so what do you do to get ready for the national tournament?
Well, we're going to have to learn how to block out, I think, at some point in time. Take that a little more serious than what we do. But seemingly when we block out, it doesn't do us any good. But we've got to block out. We give up too many offensive rebounds, too many easy baskets by not securing the ball. And we got to continue to get better with our defense. I thought our defense was better today than what it has been, but we gave up some shots, but some of the ones we gave up, we had Derek in there because we didn't really have a choice, and he just didn't have enough wind, I guess, to get from corner to corner, which is what his responsibility would have been. It's either that or you put him up there and he has to guard guards. So either one of those is going to wear him out.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, going off your defense, especially in the first half, the half-court traps and the high ball pressure there. I mean, you guys have done that, throughout the season a little bit here and there, but was that designed to just to try to get the ball out of Cunningham's hands, or was that maybe to try to create some energy? And what did you think there of that, of what you saw?
Well, I thought our traps were good. I thought we did what we wanted to do with our traps. We just didn't make rotations. We got, we're just it's a process, and we're playing a lot of young guys, and or if not young, new guys, and we just don't make rotations the way we made rotations before. I thought that would be our chance to win, was to do that. And then we didn't make rotations, and so we backed it off a little bit, and then our offense let us down. Our offense gave them a bunch of points in a row there, and then so we had to get back in the game. So then you got to go trap again. But when you're doing that, they got numbers on the offensive glass. That gives them numbers. That's what you game plan for, is to get numbers.
And then if I could ask a follow-up, Oklahoma State's defense in the second half, I just kind of thought maybe the shots you were getting, you had to work a little bit more to get them, more so than maybe in the first half. Can you just talk about maybe the energy or what they did defensively in the second half?
I don't think they did anything, Justin. I think we threw them the ball. We threw them the ball. We gave them second and third shots. They're a good team. They got good players. So you could let them, you get 3 cracks at it, inside the foul line. They're probably going to make one of them. And then we did a bad job of transition there, just that short period of time. But that's when we lost the lead, and when they went up by whatever it was, 10. It had nothing to do with their defense. It had a lot to do with us just. We kind of, I don't know what the right word is. We just kind of relaxed, I think.
Ethan Ball.
Coach, with 20 seconds left, was there any thought about scoring a 2 and then pressuring them on the inbound and then making them make 3 free throws to close the game? Is there any, what are your disadvantages on that? What are your thoughts?
Give them the ball back. Give them the ball back, so you're going to have to foul. They were going to take Likely out. They were going to put their free throw shooters in. I would just as soon made a 3. I mean, when you have our team and you got a guy like Taz and you got a guy like Sean, and JB can certainly make 3s. Emmett can make 3s. I don't know why you'd give them the ball back. If you miss, the game's probably over. So then you foul them, they make 2, it's a 5-point game. That's not very good coaching.
Cody Nestor.
Coach, I just wanted to ask your thoughts about what Mike Boynton has done from being a first-time head coach now 4 years later with the team he has put together.
He's done a great job. He's done an absolutely great job. Mike's always been good. I mean, Mike is kind of part of the family. He worked for Frank. He worked for Brad. Eddie Fogler's been great to all of us. So I think Mike's done a terrific job.
Greg Carey.
Coach, you mentioned throughout the season, you and a lot of the guys follow bracketology stuff pretty closely. Do you have any thoughts on potential seeding ahead of next week?
We'll probably follow the 3 line, I would guess. They followed so close they did. They must not have followed it the game we lost at home, the last home game. They must not have been following it that week.
Back to Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, obviously a game like this, it's easy to look at that last possession, but I'm kind of wondering, a few possessions before, after Taz hit his last 3, there's a minute 15 left or something like that. You guys had the lead at that point, and then they come back down, and I think they maybe kind of overloaded the court to one side and get the drive on the other side. Is that maybe even a bigger play than what happened on the
block charge deal where they got the 3-point play?
No, on Anderson's drive.
Yeah, they called a block.
No, I think he just made it, I think.
No, he just made it.
Yeah.
I thought the one that really hurt us was the one that he made and they called a block. He's a good player. I mean, they got good players. You got good players that are versatile. They can turn a corner and really drive it at you.
Any further questions for Coach Huggins?
Guys, we could sit here and talk about this and that. How about the effort that our guys gave? I mean, Derek wasn't Derek, fellas. And when we had him in, there was a lot of times we played 4 against 5 because I mean he couldn't breathe. And then Gabe gets in foul trouble. So now the biggest guy on the floor for us is Emmett. I thought our guys gave a great effort. We had the one period of time where we just kind of let down a little bit and threw the ball to them, didn't get back in transition, didn't rebound the ball. But other than that, I don't know what else you could ask of them. We didn't get to the foul line. We shot 3 free throws or something in the second half. So we didn't get to the free throw line, which that gives you a little bit of a rest. We didn't get there.
Coach, there's no further questions in the queue, so thank you for your time.